So what's the biggest mistake people make when they receive a notice from the IRS?
To be honest, it's not opening the letter.
Hi, I'm Michelle Voskel, CPA at the Neal Group, and I'm here with Jon Neal, the founder of the Neal Group. We are in the middle of summer, and we wanted to talk to you a little bit about tax resolution and IRS notices. We're going to start with IRS notices today. Jon, does receiving an IRS notice necessarily or automatically mean a taxpayer is in trouble?
No, it does not. With some of the changes that have been going on recently, a lot of our clients have been getting notices saying that the IRS can't deposit their refund into their bank account. And they get all hyper about it. Call us, what does this mean? What does this mean? And it's like, calm down. It's okay.
Right. There's a lot of notices too though that come in or that tell them they're changing their refund, and a lot of times it's for the better.
Correct.
So what's the biggest mistake people make when they receive a notice from the IRS?
To be honest, it's not opening the letter.
That's true. There are a lot of people that come in with piles of letters to visit us, and they don't open them until we sit there and open them for them. What's another mistake that they do?
I think some of it is just not paying attention to it. I mean, they'll open it and they'll put it on the side. And it could be, as you said before, it could be a nice notice, could be a not so nice notice, but you don't know until you read it.
That is true. So when someone does get a notice, what should they do before contacting the IRS themselves?
Number one, they should open the envelope and read the notice. If they don't understand it, call someone like us and we can explain it to them. Many times, I'd say more than half the time when we look at notices, they're not correct. And so we tell them to calm down. A lot of times it's people who sold stock that they didn't report, and the IRS doesn't have their basis, so they're being taxed on 100% of the proceeds, and many times they had a loss on the sale.
Right. So you just mentioned that they should come see us. So why shouldn't people handle IRS notices or issues on their own?
Few reasons. Number one, for the most part, they aren't familiar with tax law. Number two, people are afraid of the IRS, so they might say something that they shouldn't be saying, or they might be intimidated by the IRS and automatically agree to whatever the IRS says they need to do. And then the third reason is we can kind of act as a buffer between them and the IRS.
You mentioned earlier that they might not have to pay as much as what the notice says. And I think that's one of the things too, that people shouldn't work with the IRS themselves, because they'll say, well, this is how you pay, go ahead and pay this amount, and then we can deal with it later. And that's not necessarily the order that it should be taken care of.
Right. Right.
Okay, so can you tell me what are the most common notices that you've seen in your 40-some years of practice that the IRS does send, or even the state that you are living in sends?
Yeah. Probably two most common notices. One is called a CP 2000. I don't want to get real technical, but that's the notice number. And it's a notice from the IRS saying, hey, we don't think you reported all your income. We show that you reported $500 of interest income, and we have information from the banks that say you should have reported $2,300. So we're going to tax you on that extra $1,800.
Okay.
Another one is we don't have record of you filing a tax return. That's fairly common, both the state and the IRS. But with the state, they will make an estimated assessment saying, we don't have your 2024 tax return. We think you owe us $5,000. And many people, as we talked about before, many people will just write a check for the $5,000 and send it in.
Right, that's true. So we've been talking mostly about individuals that are getting tax or IRS notices or notices from the state. How about like even just small businesses? Give an example of a notice a small business might receive. I can think of a few.
Yeah, probably two of the most common ones. Number one, again, you failed to file your corporate tax return for 2024. And then the other one is regarding payroll taxes. Either number one, they failed to file the quarterly return, or there were deposits that the IRS says were made late, and so they're going to assess a penalty, or they weren't made at all. And again, in those cases, some of the people just write the check out and send it in, even though they've paid it.
Okay.
Or they filed the return.
Yeah, that was the one I was thinking of, was payroll, because I know we see that a lot, both from the IRS and from the state especially, because if they don't file those quarterly returns, or even if they're supposed to be filing monthly, if they get a late notice, then they'll see that.
Right.
Okay, so to wrap it all up, how do we help people that have received notices?
I think the main thing that we do is give them some assurance or reassurance that it's not the end of the world.
Right.
As I said before, we can act as a buffer between the IRS and the taxpayer. We can calm them down. We can speak the lingo, if you will, and talk to the IRS. And since many of the notices are not accurate, we can fix that and get an accurate amount that they may owe or not owe. Or if they do owe and can't pay, we can get into payment arrangements with the IRS.
Right. So for us to take care of that, it's not that difficult resolving those things.
It's not difficult. It may take some time. It may take some digging. It may take getting copies of canceled checks or whatever. But they're not difficult from our standpoint because we've been doing it for so long.
Right, exactly. 40-some years.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so what I would love for you to do if you have received an IRS notice is give us a call or come see us. We look forward to helping you here at the Neal Group.